So we drive up to Lone Pine and spend the night at the Best Western. And then in the morning, we get up and go to the Lone Pine permit station, get our wilderness permit to hike around on Horseshoe Meadows, and then immediately proceed on up the beautiful drive up the mountain to go to the Horseshoe Meadows campground. And this is how you keep the bears out of your food when you're in a camp that has bear boxes. Okay, so we got away from all of that desert heat that we were in down there at Wrightwood. We spent the night last night in Lone Pine. I think I told you yesterday the temperature got up to about 101 there. When we left this morning to drive up here to Horseshoe Meadows, it was 96 degrees and climbing when we left. We're now up at about 9,800 feet here at Horseshoe Meadows, and the temperature right now is 64 degrees, and it's actually supposed to get down. I think that 64 is about the high for today. It's supposed to get down to in the low 40s tonight. You can see our nice little tent pad that we've got behind us. We've got a campsite with a picnic table, the bear box, and we got a fire pit. We're not going to build a fire, but we got all the amenities that we need. In fact, there's a nice little pit toilet. It's a 4-service pit toilets about 80-90 feet away from where we're camped out. Tomorrow morning, we'll get underway and take a little 2-day out and back to Rock Creek in that area, and spend a couple nights out and then come back in and get ready for our departure to head up towards the northern part of the Yosemite Park. We leave our gear at the campsite and head out immediately to do a little no-pack acclimatization hike. So let's let the acclimatization begin. 9,800 feet. We're going to take a little walk this afternoon. We're going to walk over to where the trail heads out towards what they call the Cottonwood Lakes area. We're on the Cottonwood Pass side of the camping.
I'm already breathing hard.
I was going to say, and we're both huffing and puffing here at 9,800 feet without a pack on, which tells you we need the acclimatization portion of this, and we'll be able to get a good part of it over the next 3 or 4 days here. It's only about a 1.5 mile, maybe 2 mile loop down here where we're going. So we got about a 1/2 mile climbing up a little elevation there, maybe 500 or 600 feet. You can hear how hard I'm breathing, and that's just being at elevation and putting a little extra effort into it. We're about, I think, another 1/2 mile or so we'll be at the Cottonwood Lakes campground and the trail that heads up towards the Cottonwood Lakes. And as you can see, we're entering into the campground for the Cottonwood Lakes trail up towards New Army Pass, Old Army Pass, in that area in the lakes. Pretty much the same as the other side over there. I don't see quite as many restrooms up here, but they've got the bear boxes, nice little campsite, tent pads. Yeah, nice little area up here. There's a nice little video of the horse corrals up here. So if you have a horse, I'm gonna come up here and do some
And
horse trailing.
There's the stock.
Yeah, the stock
camp
campground.
right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So they probably bring horses up here for people to.
Well, that's true. Yeah, so stock campground. Yeah. All right, here's the equestrian station, office, whatever you want to call it. Beautiful. I'm not sure. So we're guessing right now to see.
You know what? That up there where it's Baldy.
Where's Baldy?
That's the path, isn't it?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
That's
Yes.
where the rocks are.
Yes, and I think that the pass actually is to the right of where that ball spot is. I think. Maybe not.
Yeah, it goes into the right. Correct, I think. I agree.
Okay. What a beautiful tree. Oh my gosh. All right, we got back from our first little acclimatization hike. It was very nice. About a 3-miler. We hiked up to the Cottonwood Lakes campsite area there, which is about 1.5 miles up there. Did a little loop through there, walked up to the equestrian station up there, talked to the equestrian people for a little bit, and then hiked back down here to where we've got our campsite all ready to go. Going to take a little break here for a while, then we're going to put the tent up. We're going to figure out whether we need to move sites and stay out of the sun as much as possible. And then we'll probably go out a little bit later this evening once we get camp set up and do another acclimatization hike so we can start getting our breathing down for when we head out on the trail. So we just got back from a little late afternoon hike. We went about 5 miles out, or 5 miles, about 2.5 miles out and back. No pack, just trying to get acclimated to the elevation here. And nice little hike. It took us a couple hours. I think we're ready to go.